Some mistakes scream at you. You see them? You feel them? You regret them instantly. But the most dangerous mistakes, they don't make a sound. They slip into your daily routine and notice shaping your future without you even realizing it. Let me tell you something, most people don't fail because of one big disaster. They fail because of the little things they ignore day after day. The habits they never change. The small decisions they keep postponing. The tiny compromises they justify. These silent mistakes don't ruin your life overnight. They do it slowly, piece by piece, until one day you wake up and wonder where all your time went. Maybe you tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week, next month, next year. Maybe you convince yourself that waiting is safer, that you need more time, more knowledge, more confidence. But while you wait, opportunities disappear. Or maybe you let self-doubt make decisions for you. You hold back, second guess yourself, and stay in the comfort of what feels safe. You choose easy over right, familiar over growth. And in doing so, you trade progress for temporary relief. And here's the hardest part: most people don't even know they're making these mistakes until it's too late. Until they see someone else living the life they wanted. Until they realize the door they kept walking past is now closed for good. If you're feeling stuck, if you're not where you want to be, ask yourself, what silent mistakes am I making? What small things am I allowing to hold me back? Because if you don't face them now, they will shape your future whether you like it or not. Let's be honest, money problems are exhausting. Living paycheck to paycheck, stressing over bills, feeling no matter how hard you work, you're always behind. It drains you. It makes you question if you'll ever get ahead. And then there's the bigger problem, not knowing where you're going. You wake up, go through the motions, but deep down you feel lost. You don't have a clear path, just a list of worries and a job that barely covers your needs. You want more, but you don't know how to get there. So what happens? You start chasing quick wins. A little extra cash here, a small boost there, but it never lasts. You get stuck in survival mode, always fixing today's problems instead of building tomorrow's success. Listen, you are not meant to live in a cycle of stress and uncertainty. But the truth is, breaking free takes more than just working harder. It takes making smarter choices. It takes seeing beyond quick fixes and building something real. If you keep running after small, temporary wins, you'll always feel behind. But if you start focusing on the long game, on learning, growing, and creating real value, your situation will change. Maybe not overnight, but it will. And that's what separates those who struggle forever from those who take control. Time is the one thing you can never get back. Every day you spend waiting, hesitating, or avoiding the work that matters is a day you'll never see again. And here's the hard truth, those days add up. 1 year of wasted time becomes 2. 2 become 5. Before you know it, a decade has passed, and you're still standing in the same place, wondering where it all went. Think about the people who say, I wish I had started sooner. That's regret speaking. It's the weight of lost time. It's the realization that every excuse, every delay, every distraction was a trade time for nothing. Maybe you've told yourself, I'll start when I feel ready. But ready never comes. Maybe you've said, I'll try again next year, but next year turns into the year after that. And the longer you wait, the harder it gets. The truth, time doesn't stop. The world keeps moving. And every second you waste is a second you could have used to change your life. You don't have forever. You have now. And if you don't act today, you'll look back one day and wish you had. Life doesn't wait. The choices you make today shape the years ahead. If you don't take control now, you'll find yourself stuck in the same patterns, wondering why nothing has changed. That's why you need a plan clear, direct, and practical. By the time you turn 30, you should know how to manage your money, build strong relationships, and take ownership of your future. You should have skills that make you valuable, a mindset that keeps you growing, and the discipline to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. But here's the catch, no one is coming to do this for you. No one is going to hand you success. You have to decide right now that you're done wasting time, that you're ready to move forward with purpose. By the end of this, you'll have the steps. You'll know what needs to be done. The only question is, will you do it? Life gives you 2 options. You can stay where you are comfortable, safe, but unfulfilled. Or you can take control and start building the life you truly want. Let me tell you something, comfort is a trap. It feels good now, but over time, it turns into regret. Every day you choose the easy path, you're trading your future for temporary relief. And before you know it, years have passed, and you're stuck in the same place, wondering why nothing changed. Now, here's the truth, building the life you want is hard. It takes effort, sacrifice, and making choices that most people avoid. It means waking up earlier, pushing through discomfort, and doing the work even when you don't feel like it. But here's the thing, if you don't choose growth, you're choosing to stay the same. So ask yourself, do you want to look back and wish you had started sooner, or do you want to take action now? The choice is yours. Stay comfortable or build something better. Let's clear something up. Overnight success is a lie. It's the biggest myth that keeps stuck, frustrated, and broke. You see someone make a big gig, they got lucky. What you don't see are the years of struggle, the failures, the sacrifices, and the work they put in when no one was watching. Believing in overnight success is the fastest way to stay exactly where you are, waiting instead of building, hoping instead of doing. Think about it. If you believe success happens instantly, you won't stick with anything long enough to see results. The moment it gets tough, you'll quit. The moment you don't see fast results, you'll move on to something else. That's why so many people stay broke, not just financially, but in their mindset, their habits, and their progress. The truth. Every overnight success you admire was built in the dark. It happened through discipline, failure, and relentless effort. Stop looking for shortcuts. Start putting in the work. Because if you're not willing to build, you're stuck waiting. If you're stuck in the cycle of just getting by, barely making it from one paycheck to the next, you have to ask yourself why. Is it really because life is unfair? Or is it because you're choosing comfort over challenge? Because let's be honest, growth is uncomfortable. It forces you to do things that feel risky, uncertain, sometimes exhausting. But that's the price of a better life. Too many people settle for the familiar because it's easier. They stay in the same job, in the same routine money they don't have on things they don't need, then wonder why nothing ever changes. They hope for a lucky break instead of creating one. They wait for opportunity instead of chasing it. Let me tell you something. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you keep making the same choices, you'll keep getting the same results. The only way out is to stop waiting and start building. That means learning new skills, taking risks, making sacrifices, and pushing past fear. It won't be easy, but staying stuck isn't easy either. So which struggle do you want, the pain of growth or the pain of regret? Your life isn't shaped by luck. It's shaped by your habits. The way you spend your time, the choices you make, and the way you think about money, all of it adds up. And whether you realize it or not, you're either setting yourself up for success or locking yourself in a struggle. Look at your daily routine. Are you learning new skills or wasting hours on distractions? Are you saving and investing or spending every dollar the moment you get it? Are you surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to grow, or with people who keep you stuck in the same place? The truth is, wealth isn't just about money, it's about mindset. Rich people don't think like poor people. They don't wait for someone to rescue them. They don't blame the system, the economy, or their circumstances. They adapt, they learn, they take action. Every small decision you make today is shaping your future. If you don't control your habits, they will control you. So ask yourself, are you building a path toward financial freedom, or are you setting yourself up to struggle for the rest of your life? Every single day you make choices. Some seem small: how you spend your free time, what you do with extra money, whether you push yourself to learn or stay comfortable. But these choices add up. They shape your future. Look around. The people who are financially secure didn't get there by accident. They made smart choices, even when it was hard. They didn't spend every paycheck on things that didn't matter. They invested in their future. They learned skills that made them valuable. They surrounded themselves with people who pushed them forward. Now ask yourself, what are your choices saying about you? Are you building something, or are you staying in the same place? Are you thinking ahead, or are you just getting through the day? If you don't like the answer, good. That means you can change it. Because wealth isn't just about money, it's about the habits and decisions that create a better life. So from this moment forward, pay attention. Every choice is a step in one direction or the other. You're either getting closer to financial freedom or further from it. Which path are you on? How many times have you said, I wish I had more money, or I wish I could start my own business? Or maybe I wish I had more time to improve my life. Wishing doesn't build anything. Action does. Every person you admire, whether they built wealth, mastered a skill, or changed their life, had the same 24 hours in a day. The difference: they stopped wishing and started doing. They didn't wait for the right moment. They made the moment right by taking the first step. So here's the truth: if you don't act, nothing changes. If you don't decide that today is the day, then tomorrow will look exactly like yesterday. Start small, save a little more. Learn something new. Cut out habits that hold you back. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to begin. Because every great success starts with one decision: the decision to stop waiting and start moving. This is your moment, not next week. Not when life settles down. Right now, look around. How many people do you know who are drowning in debt just to look successful? Driving cars they can't afford. Wearing brands they don't need. Living in homes that are more for show than comfort. They're not building wealth, they're just playing pretend. Here's the truth, wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about having real control over your life. The more you spend to impress others, the less freedom you have. Because every dollar you waste trying to keep up is a dollar you could have used to actually move ahead. Think about it. The people who are truly wealthy, they don't need to prove anything. They're not chasing the latest trends. They don't care about impressing strangers. They're focused on what matters, growing their money, securing their future, and making sure they never have to stress about bills again. So ask yourself, are you spending to build a better life, or are you spending to look like you have one? One path leads to real success. The other keeps you stuck, working harder just to maintain an illusion. Stop wasting money on things that won't matter a year from now. Invest in the things that will change your life forever. Money isn't just numbers in a bank account. It's a mindset. Some people see money as something scarce, something they have to chase, something that always seems out of reach. They believe wealth is only for the lucky, the privileged, or those who cheat the system. And because they believe that, they never even try to change their situation. They play it safe. They avoid risks. They settle for just getting by. Others see money as a tool, something they can learn about, something they can grow, something that works for them instead of controlling them. They aren't afraid to make investments, take calculated risks, or bet on themselves. They understand that wealth isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. So which mindset do you have? Are you limiting yourself without even realizing it? Every time you tell yourself, I'll never be rich or money is evil, you're building an invisible wall that keeps you stuck. But the moment you decide to shift your thinking to see money as something you can understand, control, and multiply, that's when doors start to open. It's not about luck. It's not about learning. It's about changing the way you think so you can change the way you live. This is the question that separates those who struggle from those who succeed. Most people chase comfort. They want the new phone, the designer shoes, the expensive dinner, even when they know they can't afford it. They convince themselves they deserve it. And maybe they do, but at what cost? Every time you spend money you're trading your future for temporary pleasure. You're choosing a moment of satisfaction over years of financial security. You're staying trapped in a cycle that keeps you dependent on a paycheck, stuck in stress, and always feeling like you're behind. Now think about the people who break free. They make different choices. They drive the same car for years instead of upgrading. They cook at home instead of eating out. They say no to unnecessary spending so they can say yes to bigger opportunities later. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about control. It's about choosing what matters, more instant rewards or lasting freedom. So ask yourself, what are you really working toward? Comfort today or control over your future? It's not luck. It's not a secret formula. The biggest difference between people who struggle financially and those who build real wealth is how they think. Most people see money as something they earn, spend, and hope to have enough at the end of the month. They work for their paycheck, pay their bills, and if there's anything left, they spend it on small comforts. They believe making more money is the answer, but when they do, their spending grows just as fast. They stay trapped in the same cycle year after year. Wealthy thinkers operate differently. They don't just work for money, they make money work for them. They see every dollar as a tool, not just for survival, but for growth. They invest, they save before they spend, they think long term. Instead of asking, can I afford this? They ask, how can I turn this into something greater? The shift is simple but powerful. When you stop seeing money as something you trade time for and start seeing it as something you can control and multiply, everything changes. If you don't take control of your money will take control of you. Breaking bad spending habits isn't just about cutting back, it's about shifting how you think, plan, and use your income. The first step, track everything. Not just your big purchases, but the small ones too. The coffee, the streaming subscriptions, the impulse buys at the store, they add up fast. If you don't know where your money is going, you can't change anything. Next, create a rule, pay yourself first. Before you spend a single dollar on anything else, put a portion of your income into savings or investments. It doesn't matter if it's a little at first, what matters is building the habit. Another powerful strategy. Stop making spending decisions in the moment. If you see something you want, wait 24 hours. Most of the time you'll realize you didn't need it. This one habit alone can stop hundreds, even thousands from slipping through your fingers every year. And finally, set clear financial goals. Not vague wishes like I want to save more. Real numbers, real deadlines. When you have a goal to work toward, every dollar has a purpose. Most people work harder, not smarter. They trade hours for dollars, thinking that the only way to earn more is to work more. But let me ask you this, how many hours do you have in a day? Just like everyone else, you get 24. No more, no less. And if your income depends on those hours, there's a limit to how much you can ever earn. Now, wealthy thinkers, they don't just work for money. They make their money work for them. They understand that time is a resource, but income doesn't have to be. They build things that pay them over and over again, even when they're not actively working. This is the difference between a job and an income stream. A job stops paying you the moment you stop working. But an income stream like a business, an investment, or a skill that earns for you even when you're asleep keeps flowing. So here's the real question. Are you just working for money? Or are you creating something that will work for you? If you want financial freedom, you need to stop relying on just one income source. Skills are the real foundation of wealth. Not just any skills, but the ones that pay you no matter where you are or what job you have. Let's talk about 6 skills that can change your life. Sales. If you can sell, you can make money anywhere. It's not just about selling products, it's about selling ideas, convincing people, and getting what you want. Every successful person knows how to sell. Negotiation. If you don't know how to ask for more, you'll always settle for less. Whether it's your salary, a business deal, or even daily life, knowing how to negotiate puts you in control. Investing. Making money is one thing, growing is another. If you don't learn how to make your mark for you, you'll always be working for money. Copywriting, words are powerful. If you can write in a way that persuades, you can sell anything. Businesses pay a fortune for people who know how to write in a way that gets results. Coding. The world runs on technology. If you understand how things are built online, you have an advantage. Even basic coding can open doors to opportunities that others can't access. Leadership. Whether you're leading a team, a business, or your own life, leadership is what sets apart those who rise and those who stay stuck. Master just one of these and you'll increase your income. Master multiple and you'll never worry about money again. You don't need a fancy degree or expensive courses to get ahead. The truth is, most people overlook the most powerful tools, available resources that cost nothing but can change everything. Free resources are everywhere. Books, podcasts, online courses, and interviews with successful people. You have access to more knowledge today than at any point in history. The question isn't whether the information is there. It's whether you're willing to use it. Mentors shorten your learning curve. The fastest way to grow is to learn from those who have already done what you want to do. Find people who have real experience, not just theories. If you can't meet them in person, learn from their books, their talks, and their mistakes. Real world experience beats theory every time. You don't learn to swim by reading about it. You get in the water. Apply what you learn as possible, small, make mistakes and adjust. That's how you grow fast. Every successful person you admire started with the same tools you have now. The difference, they use them. Will you? Luck is not a plan. Hope is not a strategy. You're waiting for the right opportunity to magically appear. You're wasting time. The only way to change your financial future is to change what you bring to the table. Ask yourself, why should anyone pay you more? Why should a company hire you, a client choose you, or an investor bet on you? The market doesn't reward wishful thinking, it rewards value. And value comes from skill, knowledge, and results. If you want to earn more, start by learning more. Improve the skills that make people in businesses money. Become someone who solves big problems, not someone who hopes for a lucky break. Think about the most successful people in any field. They don't wait. They build. They learn. They adapt. That's why they win. Stop looking for shortcut. Start building yourself into someone the market can't ignore. Because when you bring real value, success isn't a matter of luck, it's inevitable. You have skills. You have knowledge. But if no one knows about them, they don't exist in the marketplace. Success isn't just about having expertise, it's about how you package, sell, and grow it. First, package it. Think about what you know and how it can help others. Break it down into simple solutions. Whether you teach, consult, create, or build, your expertise must be easy to understand and apply. Next, sell it. People don't buy knowledge, they buy results. Show them how your skills solve a problem, save time, or create opportunities. The more valuable your solution, the more people will pay. Then scale it. You can't grow if you're stuck trading time for money. Find ways to reach more people through digital products, online courses, automation, or building a team. The key is to create something once and sell it over and over again. Every expert started small. The difference between those who stay stuck and those who succeed is simple action. Package what you know, sell it with confidence, and scale it with smart systems. That's how you turn expertise into lasting success. Money problems don't just happen, they are created by habits. And if you don't control those habits, they will control you. Most people stay broke for 3 reasons. They don't track their money, they spend more than they earn, and they get trapped in debt. It's that simple. Think about where your money is going. How can you expect to grow it? Most people never take the time to sit down and figure out exactly what they earn and where it's being wasted. And that's the first mistake. Then comes spending. Swiping a card is easy. Buying things you don't need feels good in the moment. But small daily choices add up. A few dollars wasted today becomes thousands over the years. And finally, debt, the trap that keeps people stuck. Borrowing isn't always bad, but too many live off credit thinking they can catch up later. The problem, later never comes. Interest piles up, and before they know it, they're working just to pay off the past. The truth is, money isn't complicated. It's a tool. You either learn to use it wisely or it controls you. Wealth doesn't come from luck, it comes from Halleys. And the difference between those who build wealth and those who struggle is found in the choices they make every single day. First, they pay themselves first. Before spending a single dollar, they save or invest. Even if it's just a small amount, they make it a habit. Second, they control their spending. Wealthy people don't waste money trying to impress others. They focus on what matters, growing their money, not throwing it away. Third, they avoid bad debt. They borrow only when it makes them money. A loan for a business or investment. Smart. A loan for things that lose value, that's a trap. Fourth, a deep learning. They read, they study, they seek advice. They know that growing wealth starts with growing knowledge. And finally, they think long term. While others chase quick fixes, they focus on building something real, something that lasts. If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, start with these habits. Because wealth isn't about how much you make, it's about what you have. Saving is important, but let's be real, it won't make you rich on its own. You can cut coupons, skip coffee, and pennies all you want, but if your income stays low, you'll always be fighting an uphill battle. Think about it. If you save 20% of a small paycheck, it's still a small amount. But if you increase your earnings, that same percentage turns into something powerful. This is where most people get stuck. They believe if they just save more, they'll eventually be wealthy. But saving alone isn't enough. You need to focus on growing your income, not just protecting what you have. Wealth isn't built by squeezing every penny. It's built by making more money, keeping more and more of it, and using it wisely. Saving is only part of the equation. The real game changer, earning more. If you want to earn more, you have to take action. There are 3 main ways to do it: ask for more, build something new, or create multiple streams of income. First, negotiate your worth. Most people settle for what they're given, afraid to ask for more. But here's the truth: if you don't fight for your value, no one else will. Research what others in your field make, prove your results, and have the confidence to ask. Second, start a side hustle. Everyone has skills. Maybe you can teach right, fix things, or create something valuable. Use what you know to earn extra. A few hours a week can turn into thousands over time. And finally, don't rely on one income stream. Jobs come and go, industries change. The wealthy don't put all their eggs in one basket. They build multiple ways to make money so they're never stuck. The path to real wealth isn't just saving, it's earning more, demanding more, and building something that lasts. Time is your greatest asset. The earlier you start, the bigger your advantage. Compound interest is the force that makes money grow faster than most people realize. Here's how it works. When you invest, your money earns returns. Then those returns start earning returns. Over time, this snowballs into something huge, but the key ingredient, time, let's say 2 people invest. One starts at 20, the other at 35. The first person invests a little each month. The second invests twice as much but starts later. Guess what? The one who started early will likely end up with more because time did the heavy lifting. Every year you wait is a year of lost growth. You don't have to start big. Even small amounts add up. The biggest mistake? Thinking you'll do it later. Later costs you more than you think. Start now. Even if it's just a little, if you want real financial freedom, you can't just save, you have to own things that grow in value. That's why the wealthy focus on 3 main areas: stocks, real estate, and business. Stocks let your money work for you. When you invest in strong companies, you get a share of their success. Over time, the market grows and so does your wealth. You don't need to be an expert, just be consistent. Real estate builds wealth in 2 ways. Property values increase and you can earn rental income. The key, buy smart, hold long, and let time do its business ownership. Starting your own business or investing in one creates a stream of income you control. The difference between working for money and owning a business is simple. One has limits, the other has unlimited potential. The secret is to build on all three: own stocks, invest in property, and create something that generates income. That's how wealth is built, not overnight, but over time. Making money is one thing. Making it grow is another. The difference between staying stuck and building stock comes down to one question: are you using what you have, or just letting it slip through your fingers? Most people earn money and spend it. That's where it stops. But wealthy people, they turn income into opportunity. Every dollar that comes in is a tool, a way to build something bigger. It starts with your income. Instead of spending everything, put part of it to work. Invest in things that grow: stocks, real estate, or even a business, but don't stop there. Use your skills. The more you learn, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you are, the more money you can make. Think of your income, skills, and investments as gears in a machine. When they work together, they multiply. The faster they turn, the faster your wealth grows. You don't have to be rich to start. But if you start now, you can set yourself up for a future where money works for you, not the other way around. Most people chase money. They work hard, get paid, and do it all over again. But here's the truth: if you only make money to spend it, you'll never be free. Financial independence isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about shifting your focus from making money to owning things that keep paying you. Think of it like this: a job is a faucet. When you turn it on, money flows. But the second you stop working, it stops too. Wealth, on the other hand, is like a well. You build it once, and it keeps giving. This shift is what separates those who struggle from those who break free. Instead of just trading time for money, focus on building income streams that keep flowing: investments, businesses, or anything that grows on its own. The moment you stop thinking about just earning and start focusing on creating, everything changes. Because when your money starts working for you, you're no longer trapped. You're in control. People love to argue about waking up early. Some say it doesn't matter. That success isn't about the time on the clock, but about how you use your hours. But here's the truth: if you're waking up late, you're already behind. You realize the world doesn't wait for you. The best opportunities, the quiet moments to think, plan, and grow happen before the chaos of the day begins. Early mornings give you control. They let you set the tone instead of reacting to everything life throws at you. Look at the most successful people: CEOs, athletes, world leaders. They don't wake up at noon. They don't let distractions dictate their day. They start before the rest of the world, because that's when the advantage is created. Waking up early isn't about suffering. It's about discipline. It's about using the best hours to do what matters most: reading, working on your skills, setting clear goals. Because once the world wakes up, distractions take over. So ask yourself, do you want to control your day, or do you want your day to control you? Success isn't built in a day. It's built in the quiet, repeated actions that most people ignore. The way you spend your time, especially the time no one sees, determines everything. Reading feeds your mind. It gives you knowledge, ideas, and strategies that others miss. You don't have to read a book a day, but you do have to keep learning, because the person who stops learning stops growing. Reflection keeps you on track. Most people love on autopilot, repeating the same mistakes. But when you take time to think about what's working, what's not, and where you're headed, you make better choices. You don't just move, you move with purpose. Discipline is the glue that holds it all together. It's easy to start strong. It's easy to be motivated for a week. But success doesn't come from bursts of effort. It comes from what you do every day, even when no one is watching. Your habits shape your future. The question is, are you building habits that push you forward, or ones that hold you back? Look around you. The people you spend time with are shaping your life, whether you realize it or not. Every conversation, every interaction, every mindset you absorb from others is either lifting you up or dragging you down. And here's the hard truth: the people closest to you might be holding you back. Negative influences don't always come in obvious forms. It's not just toxic people who criticize you outright. It's also the ones who plant doubts, who laugh at your ambitions, who make you feel like your goals are too big or unrealistic. It's the ones who settle for less and encourage you to do the same. And low-value relationships. These are the people who drain your energy, waste your time, and offer nothing in return. They pull you into gossip, distractions, and endless complaints. They keep you stuck in the same place while making you believe that's normal. If you don't control your environment will control you. If you surround yourself with small thinking, you'll never grow. But when you remove these influences, everything changes. You free up space for better connections, bigger thinking, and real success. So ask yourself, who in your life is pushing you forward? And who is silently holding you back? If you want to up your life, you need to level up your circle. You need to be around people who challenge you, who think bigger, who make you step up your game. But here's the problem. High achievers don't randomly show up in your life. You have to seek them out. You have to put yourself in the right rooms, have the right conversations, and bring real value to the table. Start by learning. Read books, watch interviews, study the mindset of successful people. Understand how they think and how they move. Then think ways to connect in events, join communities, and reach out to those who inspire you. And most importantly, don't just look for mentors, become someone worth mentoring. High achievers don't waste time on those who aren't serious. They respect action, effort, and discipline. If you want to be in their circle, prove you belong. The right connections will change your life. They'll open doors, shift your mindset, push you to do things you never thought possible. But you have to be intentional. You have to choose your network wisely, because in the end, either rise with the right people or stay stuck with the wrong ones. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants freedom. But very few are willing to pay the price. Let's be clear, wealth isn't just about money. It's about options, control, and the ability to live life on your terms. But it doesn't come without trade-offs. If you want more, you have to give up something. Maybe it's your comfort. Maybe it's late night entertainment. Maybe it's relationships that drain you instead of push you forward. The hard truth is this: you can't have both an easy life and an extraordinary one. You have to choose. Look at anyone who has built something. Great athletes, entrepreneurs, artists. They all gave something up. They skipped the parties. They worked when others slept. They focused when others got distracted. They chose discipline over convenience. Ask yourself, what are you willing to trade? Because if you're not willing to sacrifice for your goals will become the sacrifice. Distractions are everywhere. Your phone, social media, mindless entertainment, people who waste your time, every one of these is stealing your future. The biggest trap? Thinking you can stay focused while keeping distractions around? You can't. Focus isn't about willpower, it's about setting up your environment to win. Start by cutting the noise. If your phone is a problem, put it in another room. If social media eats your time, delete the apps. If people around you don't respect your focus, set boundaries. Next, get clear on your goal. Write it down. Look at it every day. Make it impossible to forget. Because the more you remind yourself where you're going, the easier it becomes to ignore everything that doesn't help you get there. And finally, stop waiting to feel motivated. The ones aren't the ones who always feel like working. They're the ones who do it anyway. The world is full of distractions, but so is your mind. If you don't train it to focus, someone else will train it to scroll, to waste time, to settle for less. The choice is yours. Stay distracted or take control. Look around, the world is addicted to entertainment. Endless scrolling, binge watching, video games, people spend hours every day consuming but never creating. And then they wonder why they feel stuck, why their dreams seem so far away, why nothing changes. Let me tell you the truth. The more time you spend on entertainment, the less time you spend on building something real. Entertainment gives you an escape. But while you're escaping, someone else is working. Someone else is learning. Someone else is getting ahead. This isn't about never having fun. It's about balance. Ask yourself, do you control your entertainment or does it control you? Do you watch one episode or lose an entire evening? Do you check social media for a minute or news disappear? The first step is awareness. Track where your time goes. Be honest about how much of it is wasted. Then set limits, cut back. Make a rule, no entertainment until you've done something productive. Because here's the reality, entertainment won't make you rich. Skills will. And if you don't make time to learn, to create, to grow, you'll stay exactly where you are. If you want more out of life, you need to build skills, and that doesn't happen by accident, it happens by design. First, schedule your learning, treat it like a job. Block time every single day to read, practice, or take a course. And protect that time like your future depends on it, because it does. Second, replace mindless habits with productive ones. Instead of watching random videos, watch something that teaches you a skill. Instead of scrolling social media, follow people who inspire you. Instead of playing games, play the real game, the one that builds your future. Third, use the power of small wins. You don't have to spend hours learning, start with 20 minutes, but do it every day. Small steps taken daily lead to massive results over time. And finally, cut the distractions. You can't build something great while being interrupted every 5 minutes. Create an environment where focus is easy. Turn off notifications. Find a quiet space. Do whatever it takes to stay locked in. Most people wait for the right time to start. But the right time is now. The sooner you build your skills, the sooner you change your life. So stop waiting, start learning, and watch how fast things shift. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build. Most people think confidence is about feeling good, about waking up one day suddenly believing in yourself. But that's not how it works. Confidence doesn't come from thoughts, it comes from proof. It comes from action. Think about it. If you want to be confident speaking in public, what do? You practice. You get up there, you speak, you improve. If you want to be confident in your abilities, you don't just sit around hoping you put in the work until you know you can do it. Confidence is earned. And if you don't feel confident right now, that's just a sign you haven't put in enough reps. That's the truth. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for the right moment. Get up. Do something. Take action. Even if it's small. Even if you don't feel like it. Because every step forward makes you stronger. And when you've proved to yourself that you can handle it, confidence won't be a question anymore. It'll be a fact. Doubt is the enemy of progress. It makes you hesitate. It makes you second guess yourself. It keeps you stuck. But there's a simple way to destroy doubt. Get so good at what you do that it has no room to exist. Think about any skill, driving, cooking, learning a language. In the beginning, you're unsure. You make mistakes, but the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. And one day, without even realizing it, the doubt is gone. The same rule applies to everything in life. If you struggle with self-doubt, don't waste time overthinking. Put your energy into getting better. And every hour you spend practicing, learning, and refining your skills is another brick in the foundation of your belief. The best part, skills don't just make you capable, they change how you see yourself. When you've built real abilities, you don't need to fake confidence. You don't need to pretend. You know you're capable because you've put in the work. So instead of worrying about how you feel, focus on what you can do. Because once you master the skill, belief takes care of itself. Failure is not the end. It's a test. It's a question life asks you. Are you willing to keep going? The most successful people in the world didn't get there because everything went smoothly. They got there because when things fell apart, they didn't. They learned. They adjusted. They refused to let setbacks define them. Think about Thomas Edison. Over 1,000 failed attempts before he created the light bulb. Think about Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team, but still became one of the greatest athletes of all time. These people didn't see failure as a stop sign. They saw it as a lesson. That's the mindset you need. When something doesn't work, don't break down, break it down. What went wrong? What can you learn? What needs to change? If you see setbacks as proof that you're not good enough, you'll quit. But if you see them as part of the process, you'll keep moving forward. And that's the difference between those who make it and those who don't. Failure isn't personal. It's a tool. Use it. Everybody struggles. Everybody faces challenges. But not everybody makes it through. So what's the difference? What separates the ones who quit from the ones who find a way to win? It's not talent, it's not luck. It's not even how smart you are. The real difference is this: winners adapt. Quitters don't. When something goes wrong, quitters make excuses, weak adjustments. When a door closes, quitters complain. Winners find another way, and they don't sit around waiting for things to be easy. They look at the problem, figure out a solution, and keep going. This is why success isn't reserved for a special few. It's available to anyone willing to adapt. The question is, will you? Because life will test you. Things will go wrong. Plans will fall apart, that's guaranteed. But if you refuse to break, if you refuse to quit, if you stay focused and keep learning, you will win. It's just a matter of time. There is no perfect moment, no perfect time, no perfect set of conditions where everything lines up just right. That idea, it's a lie, a comfortable lie that keeps people stuck. People say, I'll start when I have more time. I'll begin when I feel ready. I'll take action when the situation improves. And guess what? That day never comes, because waiting doesn't create change. Action does. Think about this: how many dreams have died because someone kept waiting? How many ideas never became reality because someone was afraid to start? Every successful person you admire started before they felt ready. They started when it was messy, when they were unsure, when they didn't have all the answers. The truth is, the perfect moment is now, because now is the only time you actually have. If you keep waiting, life will keep passing. If you start now, even if it's small, you'll be miles ahead of the person still waiting for someday. Stop waiting. Start doing. Overthinking is a trap. The more you think, the harder it gets to act. You analyze every possibility, every risk, every outcome until you're stuck. That's analysis paralysis. And here's the worst part. The longer you stay stuck, the harder it gets to move. The longer you hesitate, the more fear grows. And before you know it, you're not making decisions, you're avoiding them. So how do you break free? You stop overthinking and start moving. Even if it's not perfect. Even if you don't feel fully ready. Bold moves don't come from endless thinking. They come from action. Set a deadline for decisions. If it's something small, decide in seconds. If it's something big, give yourself 24 hours. Then commit. Once you move, the fear loses its grip. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. The sooner you act, the stronger you become. Thinking won't change your life, action will. So start moving now. Read this carefully. No one is coming. No one is going to go in the door and hand you the life you want. No one is going to fight your battles for you. If you're waiting for someone to come along and fix everything, you'll be waiting forever. That's a hard truth. But it's also the most freeing realization you'll ever have. Because once you accept that no one is coming, you realize something powerful, you don't need them to. You have everything you need to change your life. The problem is too many people waste time waiting. Waiting for help, waiting for permission, waiting for the right conditions. But waiting does nothing. You have to decide that from this moment forward, you're in control. You are responsible. And the sooner you take that responsibility, the sooner things will start changing. So stop looking outside yourself for rescue. You are your own rescue. You are your own solution. The only question is when will you start acting like it? Most people spend their lives trapped. Not by circumstances, not by bad luck, but by one thing, the need for approval. They hesitate, hold back, and shape their choices around what others might think. And for what? A pat on the back. A nod of approval. Really something, the second you stop seeking approval, you become unstoppable. Think about the people you admire most. Do you think they cared about fitting in? About pleasing everyone? No, they moved forward despite doubt. They acted even when people told them they were wrong. And that's why they succeeded. The truth is you will never please everyone. No matter what you do, someone wants you to something to say. So why waste time trying? Live by your own rules. Make choices that align with your values, your vision. Because at the end of the day, the only approval that matters is your own. Let's break this down. 5 things separate those who win from those who stay stuck: mindset, skills, investing, discipline, and execution. If you master these, nothing can stop you. First, mindset. Your thoughts control your actions. If you believe you're limited, you'll act like you are. If you believe you can grow, learn, and adapt, you'll find a way. Every major success starts in the mind first. Second, skills. Talent doesn't win. Hard work doesn't win. The right skills win. Learn what matters, practice daily, and never stop improving. The world pays for value, not effort. Third, investing. And I don't just mean money. Invest in knowledge, relationships, and opportunities. The sooner you stop spending on temporary pleasures and start building assets, skills, connections, and long-term wealth, the faster you move ahead. Fourth, discipline. You won't always feel motivated. You won't always want to do the work. Do it anyway. Success belongs to those who show up day after day, whether they feel like it or not. Fifth, execution. Plans mean nothing if you don't act. Overthinking won't get you results. Start now. Adjust as you go. Action beats perfection every time. You've heard advice before. But let me ask you, are you applying it? Because these aren't just ideas, they are the building blocks of real success. Look at anyone who has built real wealth. They didn't just get lucky. They mastered mindset, sharpened their skills, invested wisely, stayed disciplined, and took action when others hesitated. That's the formula. It's not magic. It's not reserved for the lucky few. It's a choice. And here's the truth: money follows value. The more valuable you are, the more opportunities you create. The better your skills, the more you earn. The more you invest in the right things, the faster you grow. The more disciplined you are, the less time you waste. And the more you execute, the more doors you open. Success isn't about knowing what to do. It's about doing it. So what are you waiting for? Every single choice you make today shapes the life you'll live tomorrow. That's not a theory, it's a fact. Think about it. 5 years from now, you will either look back and be proud of what you did, or you'll wish you had started sooner. The question is, which version of you will exist? The one who took control or the one with excuses? Right now, every small decision matters. Skipping a workout, avoiding a tough conversation, staying in a job that drains you. These may seem like minor choices in the moment, but over time, they add up. Inaction is just as much a decision as action, and has consequences. Regret doesn't come from failing. It comes from knowing you could have done more. Your future self is watching. Will they be grateful? Or will they be disappointed? That choice is yours starting today. A goal without a vision is just a wish. You can't hit a target you don't set. So start by getting clear. Where do you want to be in 1 year? 5 years? What does success look like for you? Not for someone else, for you. Once you see it, write it down. Your brain needs direction. Without it, you'll drift through life, reacting instead of creating. But clarity alone isn't enough. You have to commit. That means making real decisions, not just thinking about change, but taking it can happen. There's the part most people skip, staying accountable. It's easy to break promises to yourself when no one is watching. That's why you need systems, daily habits, routines, and people who will push you when you slip. If you wait for motivation, you'll never start. Discipline beats motivation every time. The formula is simple. See the goal, make the decision, follow through. The hard part, sticking with it when it's uncomfortable. But that's what separates those who succeed from those who wish they had. Every person reaches a moment where they have to decide, stay where they are or take a step forward. That moment is right now. Look around. If your life isn't where you want it to be, ask yourself, how long have you been waiting? How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, only for tomorrow to come and go? The truth is, nothing changes until you decide it will. And let's be clear, this isn't about waiting for the right time. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. If you don't take action today, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, you'll still be in the same place. Maybe worse, this is the line in the sand. You either step forward or stay stuck. One choice leads to growth, the other to regret. The question is simple, which one will you make? Fear will keep you frozen if you let it. That's why most people stay the same. They wait until they feel ready, but that day never comes. The truth? You don't need confidence to start, you need courage. Confidence comes later after you take action. Think about riding a bike. No one feels ready the first time. You wobble, you fall. You doubt yourself. But you keep going and eventually it clicks. That's how growth works. You have to push forward even when it feels uncomfortable. So how do you break past fear? You build momentum. Start small, make one move, then another. Action fuels action. The more you do, the easier it gets. The hardest part is starting, but once you do, everything changes. Make today that day, not next week, not someday, right now. There's one day you'll look back on this moment. You'll see it for what it really was, the day everything changed.